squaring off.
What time for the AAW Heavyweight Championship? Introducing first the challenger in the corner to my left, from Toronto, Ontario, 230 pounds, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. His opponent in the corner to my right, from Waterloo, Iowa, 220 pounds, the AAW Heavyweight Champion, the Savageweight, YEHI.
I don't think I've ever seen it to where somebody gets a bigger hero's welcome in AAW than Josh Alexander does.
And it's a very split response. The fans are opinionated one way or the other. Fred YEHI has earned a lot of respect with his technical prowess, with what he does in between those ropes, but he's earned a lot of criticism with some of the lengths he's gone to in his matches with the likes of Mance Warner for, in the eyes of some, ducking defending the championship last month in that tag team match with Eddie Kingston and Matt Fitchett. But Josh Alexander has not taken his eyes off Fred YEHI. YEHI's moving, he's pacing, he's warming up. Alexander has not blinked since he came out here. Alexander, a combined 141 days as AAW Pro Champion in his career to win those two championships. He's beaten Eddie Kingston, Sami Callihan, Samoa Joe. Hell of a resume.
Oh. The bell's been ringing. We are underway. 60-minute time limit. Walking weapon, Savageweight, AAW Championship on the line. The main event of Destination Chicago.
And you talk about the passion and the hunger for success. YEHI would rather die than lose on his first title defense. Alexander would rather see it all come to an end rather than go home empty-handed after this journey. What would it mean to Alexander's spot in history to be a three-time AAW Pro Champion?
I mean, he joined Sami Callihan.
Yeah. And that's it. 20 years. I mean, that shows you how special it is. I know that Josh's family is watching back home in Canada right now. His wife Jade and is certainly a loyal, staunch supporter of Josh Alexander. And I know the family is huddled around their streaming device or their TV or however they're watching this with bated breath, knowing the risks here, knowing the amount of blood that YEHI spilled off of Mance Warner. Knowing that Alexander's got to come home and be a husband, be a father, and be a family man, and be a provider. And YEHI could take that away from him tonight.
And it was announced on social media by Josh Alexander. The only way he's providing now is professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want his coming out party for that, if you will, to be a loss to Fred YEHI. He wants to go home with that gold. He wants to go home with that gold in a bad way.
Absolutely. Alexander has incredible power for somebody this versed on the mat. And you know, we've talked about the Garcias and even the YEHIs and the Richards. And I don't know that any of them have the imposing frame and the power behind what they do that the walking weapon does.
Well, there's many people that call Josh Alexander the best effing technical wrestler on the planet for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's easily in that conversation. And YEHI is as well. Think about the battles YEHI had with Garcia, with ACH, and so many others.
It's a beautiful way to trip out the leg, get behind him, and then swing forward into a front chancery. Josh Alexander really owning control of this contest. Just like that, YEHI able to pop his head out as Alexander trying to bridge up now. YEHI grabbing a full mount and just throwing disrespectful strikes. None of these are going to hurt. None of these are meant to hurt. Maybe Alexander was intending to hurt right there.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you look at Alexander's history and his win over Jake Something a couple of months ago, his incredible going the distance with Matt Fitchett, and what an incredible battle that was. And you got to believe Fitchett's watching. You got to believe Eddie Kingston's watching. They're still in this conversation. No matter who wins this matchup, Matt Fitchett scored the winning fall over Fred YEHI's partner a month ago. And Fitchett is not here tonight to my knowledge. But, Alexander picks the leg.
On top of that, not even them just standing home watching. You got Lee Moriarty watching this.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Tiger style.
You got Daniel Garcia watching this. Everybody that's in the Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament is watching this contest with bated breath, realizing, hey, these are going to be, more than likely, one of these athletes is going to be the one that I have to succumb to become the AAW champion.
And what gravity of a statement that is. Knowing what these men have done to get here, life-altering conditions to get to this moment in time, the AAW Championship in Chicago, the most important wrestling weekend in this city potentially of all time.
Oh, and a beautiful shoulder thrust in the corner. Alexander trying to grab a choke there, but YEHI yet again just going back to the well. If it works once, it's going to work again. YEHI now spins him out.
Do you favor Alexander's strategy of keeping this low to the ground at this point in the contest? They're going to see a modified death block by YEHI, who's stretching away at various different points of the lower human anatomy, but Alexander will win a power game. I think it's a lot more evenly matched on the mat.
I honestly do like what Alexander's doing right now. He's wrestling his match. He's actually wrestling a match that typically would favor Fred YEHI. But what he's doing is he's using his physical dominance, his imposing physique to his advantage right now.
And honestly, that is going to wear out YEHI. And again, we talked earlier with Garcia, just the wide base, the stance, to plant your feet and get your leverage in order to lean forward and trap your ankle again. And that move is something that is so dangerous and can come out of nowhere. And it's dangerous when a standard athlete is doing it because your back is to them. They have full control, they have leverage, they have the reach, they have every advantageous situation over you. But add on the power of Josh Alexander and it hits a new level.
Alexander now circling in, Greco-Roman knuckle ace, and a boot from YEHI. Headlock takeover now by the Savageweight.
Keep in mind, Alexander also X Division champion, Impact Wrestling. He's been on a tear. Losing has not been in his genetic makeup since he's had the opportunity to come back to a more wide open wrestling scene in recent months.
No, absolutely. And what he's been doing ever since he really left the ranks of a tag team division is Josh Alexander has done things by his rules. He's done things by his rules time and time again. He's been wrestling his match time and time again. But YEHI just stylistically can match up with anybody.
I mean, it's so important to stick within your comfort zone. And a lot of people, they don't sit and understand just the nuances and the strategies of that. But you don't want to play somebody else's game. And I got attempt again, but to that point, like some other athletes you've talked about throughout the night, I don't know that Alexander's got a weakness in this game.
Oh, my God.
Oh! One slap takes the champion down, YEHI. Part of the art of war is knowing when to regroup.
YEHI thinking better of it. I'm not going to get in a strike exchange with a guy that's got nothing to lose right now.
For well over a year, hanging in the balance.
Ben jockeying for position again now. A switch there by Josh Alexander. Floats over, grabs that front chancery. Alexander up on the toes now. Very, very smart, putting all of his weight onto the body of Fred YEHI, making YEHI breathe a little bit deeper.
Yeah, nothing is touching other than the tips of the toes that allows Alexander to lean into YEHI and try to cut off that air passage and just turn the lights out on Fred YEHI. And again, you can hear and sense kind of the polarizing nature, this even keel nature of this crowd. Some like YEHI, some like Alexander. And one thing, too, is somebody that always speaks their mind is Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
And Kingston had to say about YEHI that, you don't pretend to be a wrestler. You don't pretend to be a tough guy. You are a wrestler. You are a tough guy. You're the real deal. And even though I don't think Eddie walked into that matchup looking to respect Fred YEHI, Eddie knew he was in for a fight, and they were peppering Alexander with those shots.
Those short rabbit punches paying dividends. And while it was unintentional, that unexposed knee driving into the face of Josh Alexander as well, really just completely disorients the Iron Man.
But, YEHI has, I don't know that he's earned a personal respect from a lot of these guys, Kingston, Mance, etc. But professionally speaking, we know he can hang with anybody. Oh my God!
That chomp just sending YEHI crashing over the guardrails.
And again, there will be no countouts here unless absolutely unavoidable, unless the referee has to call it. But I can't imagine that being the case with these men.
Josh Alexander directing traffic around the fans here at ringside as YEHI and Alexander trading these shots in the crowd.
And they're by that heavy, expensive light rigging, and if somebody hits that wrong, this match will end in a heartbeat.
Oh, YEHI with a clubbering shot to the back as Alexander heading up to higher ground, heading up to that stage.
Yeah. Alexander, I think, is just looking to create some distance, maybe get a dominant position to look down on YEHI, but YEHI gets up there first.
Alexander driven headfirst into the chair 2 times now.
You can hear that thud across this building.
Well, there is a little bit of cushion there. That cushion's not meant for a human skull to be driven into it headfirst like that. It's such momentum and such ferocity.
Does this matchup spilling all over this building give a definitive advantage to either of these men?
I think right now it really does give a definitive advantage to the Savageweight Fred YEHI. I think he thinks on his feet like no common man. I think he knows how to use an environment to his advantage.
Oh my God!
All it takes is one shot like that from Josh Alexander to change the equation, sending YEHI crashing off the stage.
Well, we've talked about men being heavy-handed, and there's a number in this locker room, in this business today, but Alexander makes the most of every single strike, and YEHI is he's done with higher ground for now.
YEHI heading back into the ring.
So YEHI's tried a bunch of different things.
Oh, and now he's clawing at the face.
And they
snapmares him over. Just like that, a short drop kick from Fred YEHI. Buys himself enough time to get himself back into an advantageous position.
YEHI's strategy has worked for the most part in spurts, in flurries. But when Alexander can hit, when Alexander can see YEHI's within his clutches and connect, game changes. And there you see now YEHI's version of a chancery. Notice he's getting up overhead of Alexander as well, using the tips of the toes to drive downward into the neck area of Alexander, who's trying to cover up here in a defensive stance to the ropes.
And what Alexander did, though, when he rolled over like that, he put himself in a predicament to get pinned. YEHI did not let that go unnoticed.
And after the break, after Alexander and YEHI lose contact, YEHI used all of that body weight. Relentlessly, time after another, taking advantage of Alexander being in a prone defenseless position. And now I think YEHI keeps Alexander on the mat as long as possible and is focusing on that neck area because he's got the Koji clutch as a long-term goal.
Short head scissors here by YEHI. Absolutely.
Alexander
looks 10 steps ahead at all times, but Alexander able to just power out, surely muscling himself out of that submission
That's
hold.
one counter. It's a rare counter, but it works.
And a double stop to the thighs.
And that may take away some of the leg strength needed for the Koji clutch later. We're thinking long game here in the early going. The Koji clutch to YEHI is what the ankle lock has been to Alexander. Quick, sudden, effective, and nearly impossible to escape. And Josh not just negating that Koji clutch, but setting that ankle lock up as well. A dual effectiveness here as he steps down on the left foot to put more torque and pressure and twist the right foot.
Top of that, just putting that knee into the quadricep there.
And YEHI, he's trying to struggle and fight out of this. If YEHI's shoulders hit the mat, he could get caught sleeping here, get pinned. I think Alexander would be hoping for that. Oh, into the eye again. Come on.
Into the and also the nose.
YEHI is not too proud and not too moral to get desperate and dirty. Oh, blocking that punch. Nicely done. A rear naked choke YEHI is trying to cinch in.
You don't get points for doing things the right way.
Well, you don't get points, no.
Oh, beautiful counter into the pin there by YEHI.
You also reap what you sow, and I wouldn't want to piss Josh Alexander off. Oh,
Koji clutch!
Alexander, you can see that frenetic look on the face of Alexander, heading into a rope immediately. Every second counted, especially YEHI, who used 4.5 before breaking. And Alexander smart. Rolls to the outside. He's in danger at this point. He needs a break. He needs distance.
Oh, and YEHI just driving that foot in the spine of Josh Alexander. Alexander, of course, well-documented history of spine and neck injuries. The neck injury almost ripped away his career before it became what it should have been.
Exactly. But he's rebuilt and come back stronger every time. He's been down to ankle lock. Ankle lock. Alexander won't get a submission here, but he can do a hell of a lot of damage on the outside.
Oh, and YEHI just with the wherewithal.
Oh, my God.
To roll onto his back, to use that exposed foot.
Jeez.
And a chop sends Alexander over the guardrails.
And YEHI is, responding in kind from what Josh Alexander had done a number of times earlier, showing he can pack a very intense strike all his own. Alexander is in a bad way. Handful of headgear by YEHI.
Oh, and has him bent over that guardrail in a disgusting-looking manner.
It's strapped right across the throat, and the headgear gets slipped off in the process.
And now using the headgear as an offensive weapon was YEHI.
And that headgear coming off, it may run a little space in Alexander's head as far as, maybe a prior injury or two, but bottom line, that's psychological gamesmanship as well, because Alexander uses that as a source of strength as well, a source of being, of belonging, of identity.
Looking to send him back into the ring. Alexander was grabbing onto that rope for dear life, it seemed.
Well, Alexander's out of his comfort zone. Physically, psychologically, reversal!
Oh! Falcon arrow onto the ring apron.
An impact
from the floor.
Impact at a high angle. YEHI hit head and neck first. Where the edge of the ring frame is, metal meets wood, no give, no way for YEHI to go.
As Alexander puts that headgear back on. Alexander now picking YEHI up. And a chop to the chest of the Savageweight.
And notice the first opening he had, Alexander put that headgear back on. He's back in the zone.
And now Alexander taking control of this contest, wrestling his match, fighting his fight.
We have been all over this building practically, and nowhere closer to a winner than when we started. The elevation he gets off of that spring of the rope to drive the knee down and leaves YEHI prone in the corner.
Disrespectful kick on his way out.
Yeah, to the ankles that have been damaged already. Not an accident at all.
Have you ever been hit in the ankle like that either? Maybe not by a kick, by any inanimate object or anything. Just the shock that it sends through your body.
Oh yeah, there's no protection down there at all. YEHI's daring Alexander to keep firing off. If you can believe it. This is the ultimate gut check. A test of wills between two proud warriors.
As you're heading into, the Jim Lynam tournament, defining moment, the Windy City Classic right around the corner. Brain Buster by YEHI. YEHI in the cover. Alexander out at 2. As we head into what many consider to be the peak season of AAW. Both these men want to be the standard bearer. They want to be the flag carrier of this company.
Yeah, one of these men may not make it to the Jim Lynam tournament. They may not make it to defining moments here on Fight October 1st.
Remember, all roads lead, of course, to the Windy City Classic, where presumably one of these men will face the winner of the Lynam Memorial Tournament with the AAW Championship on the line.
What a wide open field that is. I can't wait to watch that unfold in the months ahead.
Names still to be announced for the Jim Lynam Tournament. Our return home to the Berwyn Eagles Club. Tickets still available at aawpro.com.
Jeez.
Stomp on the ankle by YEHI.
YEHI responding in kind, what Alexander had done to him.
Oh, might be looking for that. Oh, into a figure four. I was going to say, might be looking for that modified deathlock again.
Alexander looking for the injured ankle to alleviate the pressure. YEHI can't press down on that leg to bend it across Alexander. Now he does. And if Alexander's shoulders are down for 3 seconds, that's a fall. That counts. That's it. And if Alexander passes out due to the pain, it's just as good as a standard pinfall. But again, Alexander picks the injured ankle of YEHI. He alleviates some of the pressure on his own leg for a moment at least. But every time that leg comes back down around Alexander's, it sends a new torque of pain up and down that lower anatomy.
YEHI bridging up the best that he can. Alexander trying to swing the hips to just alleviate any type of pressure on that ankle that he can, and he's able to reverse that figure four. YEHI, though, smartly grabs that rope.
And one thing we've seen both guys doing, YEHI in the offense and Alexander in the counter, is the higher up your upper body is, the more you can press down and more pressure you can apply on the lower body. It's why so many men who've done the figure four grab onto the ropes for leverage. It's not the actual ropes, it's the height you get in relation to your opponent's body to drive down into the leg even more.
YEHI very smart to grab the bicep on this hold.
Yeah.
As slippery as they are, as long as they've been wrestling, the grip strength that you would have if you were to grab a gable grip or an S grip, it's simply not there.
Not to mention the straight power of Alexander, we saw earlier counter out of the head scissors. And Alexander's trying to do that, and that hand on bicep is the only thing keeping this hold intact so snugly. And notice the chop, YEHI hangs on.
YEHI was able to hang on to that wrist the entire time.
If Alexander gets free, he could pick an ankle. He could fire a chop of his own. But you hang on to that arm, Alexander's at YEHI's mercy.
1,000%. And now YEHI looking the, oh God.
He's still trying to pick the ankle, yeah.
Stomping on the wrist. And a double stomp again. Oh, but YEHI's ankle.
Yeah. So much force down into that, it recharged the damage done by Alexander.
Those kicks earlier on in the contest, like we said, not a glamorous move, but an effective move, and a beautiful ankle pick as Alexander has the ankle lock locked in.
It's almost like YEHI caused his own opening. And Alexander smelled blood, and he's flush center of the ring.
YEHI though able to get to the rope so quickly.
And you're looking at that human game of chess where every movement you make, there's a risk and a return. There's a point and a counterpoint. Yes, I can stomp the guy's ankle, I can stomp his hand, but what damage will it do to me? And sometimes when you react impulsively or on emotion, you don't think about that, and you inadvertently create an opening for your opponent. YEHI just did that.
And now champion and challenger trading strikes. Oh, YEHI able to find his way out the back door. Might be looking for that standing abdominal stretch.
Notice Alexander, the arms are clasped together similar to a cross arm breaker, countering. YEHI can't get the full extension of that right arm.
Oh, now driving the point of the elbow into that thigh.
Oh, that's a textbook stretch too.
Oh, but the wherewithal of YEHI.
Yeah, he got it.
He had wrist control that entire time. I'm going to let you pound I'm going to let you do what you want to do. I'm going to keep control of that wrist, though. And now, if he can clasp the hands.
And YEHI's got that left toe as close to the back of the ankle of Alexander as possible. And that's what gives you that extra bit of torque on the lower body as well.
Absolute beautiful positioning here by the Savageweights on this maneuver.
Notice Alexander's body changing colors. Just the welts and the bruises.
Look at the saturation on his shoulder right now.
Yeah. That could be from any number of things. Alexander's still reaching for the ankle. Looking for a counter. He freed the ankle that was behind the ankle of Alexander, and he was able to pick it and use it for a hip lock takeover.
And a chop to the chest. But has the damage been done? Alexander not looking fresh as he was previously.
Honestly, Tyler, the answer is yes. Yes on both men.
Oh,
you gotta shrug that off. You gotta just will that away and ignore it, because this is the ultimate AAW Championship matchup. Alexander YEHI, only one can survive.
YEHI eats that back elbow. Alexander full steam ahead with a big boot. Oh, boots him in the gut now. Double underhooks.
Yeah, C4 coming up. That double under pile driver, that C4 spike was...
Oh, and a short shot there
You got to
from
believe
Alexander.
it would have been it, but we'll never know.
Nagasaki roll. It's YEHI in a bad way. Alexander off the second. Knee to the back of the head. Alexander with the cover, looking at a new champion. No, YEHI able to kick out.
And it speaks to the fatigue of both men that Alexander did not hook a leg, and that YEHI's kick out was very long, and it was a struggle. Both these men, as this matchup goes on, you'll see that gas tank start to deplete. And the fact they've gone at this pace this long is monumental. It's unfathomable to most any other athletes. But this gets to the point, you dig down deep, you pull something maybe you didn't know you had.
Waistlock go behind from Alexander. German suplex able to hold on, and now getting back up to his feet.
Yeah, Alexander's been able to pick a couple of openings that maybe fatigue, maybe pain, maybe both from YEHI has given way to Alexander's offense into the rope. Alexander's got a break.
YEHI had a strategy and an exit strategy there. He's trying to break the grip, found his way to the ropes. Small package!
Cradle got him! No. Man. And it may come down to that. It may come down to a couple of seconds.
Rolls through into the cover himself. YEHI yet again. No, Alexander able to kick out. He's watching that Daniel Garcia, Davey Richards match earlier tonight.
Yeah. Oh, look at YEHI. He's trying to get Alexander down prone to maybe cinch in the Koji clutch.
Oh, there's those rabbit
Yeah, got him in position. Got him in position. Oh, I thought Alexander was tapping. Alexander was thinking about it. He damn near tapped away the chance to be a three-time AAW champion.
The fading fast is Alexander. Oh no! Josh able to find his way out of the submission into that ankle lock yet again. No! Clawing at the eyes! Clawing at the eyes is YEHI! And those short rabbit punches one more time.
Amazing wherewithal from both these men to know where their opponent is, know where their bodies are, and know the level of desperation needed. I don't know that YEHI can survive another ankle lock. I don't know that Alexander can survive another Koji clutch.
Alexander's been doing more so the technical game to get out of any precarious position. YEHI by any means necessary.
Oof.
And a boot to the face by the Savageweight 2 times now.
And again, smart from YEHI to keep Alexander off his feet as much as possible.
Ricocheting off that second rope, runs right into that boot.
And the solace there was the impact took YEHI under the ropes. There's nothing Alexander can do here to end this match. And Alexander has to expend his own energy to crawl over to the corner. What an absolute, I mean, YEHI was right. This was war. This is war. It will continue to be war until one man is left standing.
While Josh Alexander is finding out that Fred YEHI's built different, I think on that exact same token, Fred YEHI's realizing Josh Alexander's built different. He's the Iron Man for a reason.
Yeah, he's the walking weapon. Everywhere, every position, he's dangerous.
Oh, and I see YEHI. YEHI's keeping his eyes on that ring post. Oh, and now just driving the arm into the exposed steel.
Oh.
That connects the ropes to that ring post.
And we've seen that part of the ring in other organizations cause serious injury in the recent past.
And now I see Fred YEHI eyeing up that ring post, the inside of that ring post. We've seen him do this before to Mance Warner.
And Alexander.
Oh no! Just absolutely brutalizing that elbow. Alexander's got nowhere to go as YEHI rains down these shots. Yet again, going back to that elbow. Good God!
The elbow's braced against steel. There's no give. There's nowhere for Alexander to go. That bone will break before that post moves. And he may be stuck. Just the sweat and oh, thank God.
Referee, senior official Dan Perch able to free that arm.
This is that sadistic side of YEHI we've seen more than once. It's the depths he will go to, the depths he will reach to survive in this environment.
As Josh Alexander didn't have an arm to grab on with, going face first into that guardrail. The exhaustion, the fatigue, the brutality is setting in for both men right now. YEHI might not have an ankle to stand on by the time this match is over.
Well, Alexander is on the floor. I'm not sure if he's aware he's on the floor. I'm not sure what condition that arm and elbow could possibly be in.
Oh, and now YEHI just clawing at the face one more time.
Was that the 8th or 9th time in this match? Come on. Oh, and does YEHI open up Alexander?
Looks like Josh Alexander's busted open here on the floor.
And I think that's something that YEHI's been trying to create this whole matchup when he's been tearing and raking and stretching away at the face. I don't think it was just an eye gouge or pulling your nose or whatever. YEHI's trying to open up Alexander, and YEHI has excelled with a bloody, weakened opponent in recent times.
Now driving the head first into those guardrails.
And Tyler, you know the mood changes whenever you taste or see your own blood.
Absolutely.
And we'll see what that does to Josh Alexander, whose skull is now being squeezed into that guardrail.
And for a competitor like Fred YEHI, the Savageweight, he sees that blood pouring out of the head of Josh Alexander. He's like a shark in the water. He can sense it, he can smell it, he can taste it. Now he wants more. Now he wants to brutalize Josh Alexander even more than he already has.
This is the side of Fred YEHI that signed his name on our canvas in Vance Warner's blood earlier this spring. I don't know if that fate will befall Alexander, but I don't put it past YEHI to try his damnedest.
Now YEHI looking to charge in on Josh Alexander. That guardrail not even standing anymore. YEHI not even being able to stand anymore.
They are literally battling through steel. They are breaking their bodies apart for what they believe in at the AAW Championship. A victim waiting it to happen to YEHI, and only two. It may have been instinct, but a neck bridge from Alexander to his roots, to the basics, keeps him alive.
With the contest these two men have been wrestling, I almost forgot this could end by a pinfall.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's a big if no matter what will end this match, because I can't picture either of these men conceding, that's for sure. But they're looking for submissions. That cut on Alexander is getting wider.
Oh, and Alexander back up to his feet. Here we go. Here we go. Josh Alexander throwing everything that he has. He's got that 19th wind in his body. YEHI with an Irish Whip reversal. Charging in himself. Oh, my goodness.
But was that the last-ditch effort, the last gasp from Josh Alexander's system? Did he give all he had in one act of desperation as he's back down, bleeding and gasping for air? And
look at Fred YEHI. While he's broken a sweat, he's breathing. He's not gasping for air. His gas tank is remarkable.
And keep in mind, so much damage has been done to Alexander has allowed him a chance to catch his breath. But look at this, contorting the body of Alexander.
Oh,
he's got the neck cramped and pulling up on the leg.
Might be looking to sink in that Koji clutch one more time.
Yeah. Alexander again kicking the ankle, trying to roll through.
Alexander trying to do anything he can to roll through, and he does, able to get to the ropes. And YEHI clawing at the face one more time on the way out.
Every little bit of blood loss. If YEHI has to win by Alexander passing out, or the blood going in Alexander's eyes and he can't seem to defend himself, YEHI's well and good with that option. Alexander still looking at the ankles, still focusing. But to our point a moment ago, YEHI has done so much to rehabilitate Alexander, and it's not only made the fight more desperate for Josh, it's giving YEHI a chance to catch his breath on a multitude of occasions.
Standing on the neck of Josh Alexander is Fred YEHI. Almost as if telling senior official Dan Burch, you're only counting to hear the sound of your own voice right now. Count me out. I'm the champ. I retain.
That's true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And you gotta believe there will be some repercussions for management if of this match happens that way. But it could be in here. Stacks him up, but no.
Alexander able to roll through. I don't know if that was him rolling through. Maybe the YEHI stacked it a little bit too high, or it was just simply put the last-ditch effort.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a little bit of all the above. I'm not really sure, but every moment counts at this point. And with the sweat, with the guts, with the heart we've seen from everybody. Oh, Alexander's flip. Alexander, I thought he may have been fading out after that chancery.
Oh,
Oh, and YEHI brings him into the corner. Hellacious chop from the Savageweight. Josh Alexander perched high on that top rope.
Yeah. This is the last place you want to be when you've got blood loss and potential equilibrium issues.
Alexander able to battle out, able to somehow get himself onto his own feet. Oh! Bounce him into the knee.
And YEHI's spine, his entire body violently bent across the leg. It was as if YEHI was just shot out of a car or something.
And there's no way to prepare your body for that type of impact, which means this is exactly what Josh Alexander needed.
You can see that blood loss. Thankfully, it's not to a Mance Warner level, but you can see it's having its toll. It's taking its effect. I believe it's seeping into the eyes.
YEHI, though, somehow, some way to get that wherewithal to throw a couple strikes up here. Alexander now trading a shot with him. YEHI getting the better of this exchange, it seems.
Which at the outset of this matchup was unheard of. But here we are.
Oh, look at that brainbuster one more time.
Alexander dropped to a knee. A little base, enables a counter.
Driving those knuckles into the sternum.
YEHI blocked.
YEHI. Oh, clasps the hands, and a perfect flex from Alexander. New champ! Oh!
Had Alexander had enough strength in his system to keep those fingers locked even through the kick out, this match would be over. But again, a testament to the fatigue of this matchup. YEHI just barely able to overpower Alexander, speaks to the damage done on the arms, on the overall win, on the head, the blood loss, everything YEHI's done to pick apart Alexander is the only reason YEHI survived thus far.
Now Alexander walking YEHI back into the ropes. And a thundering chop throughout the Logan Square Auditorium. Alexander now goes to put YEHI into the buckles. YEHI finds a home.
YEHI favors his ankle as soon as he hits the buckle.
Oh, able to get that boot up into the face. Alexander lunges in with a right hand.
Now it's YEHI who is woozy in a treacherous position.
And another chop one more time. Both men exhausted, both men fatigued, both men giving it everything they have for the AAW Championship here in the main event of Destination Chicago.
Only one way to go here. Who's going to have the advantage when they get there?
Alexander! Suplex off the top!
And at this point, any sudden jarring impact sends a jolt of pain up the leg of YEHI, not to mention all the other damage done. But what did that superplex take out of the challenger?
Referee Dan Burke putting the count on both these athletes.
How much deeper can these men dig?
Oh, and yet again, YEHI going towards that headgear.
It's renting space in the head of the challenger.
Almost strikes by both men here. Oh, YEHI back up to his feet. Little bridge. Oh, Alexander sent crashing into the guardrail. Down on the floor. And YEHI looking to come in with a flurry of offense. Double stomp to that elbow. That elbow that was put in a precarious position inside that ring post.
Yeah, and again, going back to all the damage you can do, YEHI comes down, favoring that ankle again. But you think about the leg strength YEHI needs for the Koji clutch. You think about the arm strength Alexander needs to really cinch on that ankle lock. Or the perfect flex a couple of minutes ago. Both these men are dissecting the other, who, if either, will have anything left to make the other concede or keep them down for 3 seconds. Oh, Alexander fires off, desperation shot.
It's Alexander there using that lengthy frame to his advantage.
Tyler, this may come down to a knockout. What do you think?
I don't know who I would favor in that contest, but all I know is these guys are giving everything that they have right now.
and they lock eyes back in the ring at the same time, ready for another round.
Staring daggers to one another. The walking weapon, the Savageweight, the AAW Championship hanging in the balance here at Destination Chicago.
And one shot at Alexander crumbles. But back to his feet.
Both men trading these shots one more time. Just a flurry of offense from both champion and challenger.
Oh, inside cradle.
YEHI looking to retain. No, Alexander out at 2. Discus elbow.
And YEHI needs the rope to keep himself up. Alexander may be out. Glazed over look in his eyes at best. Alexander, I think, was out as he hit the ground and was unconscious for about 5 or 10 seconds. YEHI would have crumpled if not for the ropes. What an absolute war for the ages this is.
Had the ropes not been there, YEHI would have spilled out of the ring. The velocity he threw on that elbow.
And you see what these men put one another through, and you understand the prestige of the AAW Pro Championship.
For YEHI, it's all about making that first defense. You make that first defense, you can make any defense. For Josh Alexander, it's about joining an illustrious list of 1 to become a 3-time AAW champion.
YEHI's trying to roll Alexander over.
By any means necessary, grabbing the 3/4.
Yeah,
Into the cradle.
not only had the Nelson, but had the leg trap as well. And Alexander, again, this could come down to inches. It could come down to just leverage. Got him. No.
Senior official Dan Burge in the best position possible.
How many times have you seen just an all-out war? And sometimes the simplest thing is what gets the job done. That's what YEHI's looking for. He's trying to trap and cradle Alexander, make him small, neutralize the power. But nothing doing here. Easier said than done. And Alexander's still swinging.
Paintbrushing slap there from Fred YEHI on Josh Alexander. Yet again using the headgear. It's just disrespectful. He throws some kicks.
Yeah, YEHI. Right to the side of the head. And
Alexander said enough of that shit. Let's go. YEHI's smiling. YEHI has been waiting for this. The walking weapon, throwing everything that he has into these strikes. The walking weapon, stopping death in the Fred YEHI. Josh Alexander wants the championship, and more importantly, he wants to inflict all of the damage on Fred YEHI.
that walking weapon just got detonated all over Fred YEHI, who is just in a crumpled heap in the corner. An amazing flurry of offense of Josh Alexander.
Witnessing an all-time classic here in the main event of Destination Chicago.
Maybe Destination Emergency Room after this matchup.
Destination Oxygen Tank.
Exactly. But these men will not stop.
Oh, and Alexander throwing the headgear into the face of YEHI and a huge right hand. German suplex holds on.
And I like what Alexander did with the headgear not on. YEHI can't use it for leverage, for those Kawada kicks, for any of the other offense. Alexander takes away YEHI advantage and drills him rapid fire with these German suplexes.
Alexander not breaking that grip. With the bridge.
No. And he hangs on. Alexander still has the grip. What are we up to? 5, 6, 7?
But the count is at 6. And the thing that I like the most is Josh Alexander switching that neck time and time again. YEHI doesn't know which position the momentum is going to come through. Every single time he switches his head on this grip.
I don't think YEHI realizes where he is, let alone Josh Alexander. This takes unreal strength and power and tenacity to pull off on anybody.
And Alexander still holds on. And I don't know if the fans at home can hear this behind me, but there's an ovation, there's a clap coming from behind us. This is what you call a locker room sellout, Joe Dombrowski. Everybody is watching this contest with bated breath.
Alexander was at 9 suplexes. I countered the latest attempt in desperation. But yeah, I mean, this is study guide material. You're a wrestler looking to make it anywhere. And YEHI now comes back in kind with a German suplex of his own, and YEHI hangs on. Oh my God. Alexander can dish it out, but can he withstand it?
Oh, but the exhaustion setting in. YEHI loses his grip.
Alexander is of superhuman-like strength, and he got where he got 9 or so. YEHI got 3. The gym itself, there's another attempt at disrespect.
Oh, O'Connor roll. Chaos Theory with the bridge. Alexander. Oh, YEHI able to kick out. Are you kidding?
As close as you can get to the finish line. YEHI still shows life.
The fingernails of Dan Perch were getting ready to hit the canvas. Both champion and challenger down center of the ring. The champion does retain the gold, but Alexander not going to let that happen. Double underhooks now. Josh Alexander waiting for that C4 again. Stacks him up, no. Been trading covers now. Alexander able to bridge up. Slides him.
Unreal power at this stage of the game.
Both men jockeying for position, looking for a backslide. Oh, YEHI finds his way out. Arm wrench, couple chops to the chest, arm wrench again. Oh, Alexander's down. Koji clutch, locked in. Alexander's in a bad way. Alexander's in the center of the ring, Joe.
Well, Alexander's happy, they have no choice. Think of your family, Josh. Think of your future. The lights are fading for the walking weapon.
The eyes are in the back of his head. The glossed over look, and all it takes is just that instinct. That was instinct and instinct alone.
That's the advantage of spending so much of your career, your life, on wrestling mats in dojo. It's that muscle memory. It's those instincts that kick in when you don't have that cognitive thought on the surface. Just something kicks in your subconscious, and you just react. My word. YEHI, Savageweight, almost surveying his prey.
Both YEHI and Alexander giving everything they have here. This contest was scheduled for a 60-minute time limit.
Alexander. Caught the cravat.
Beautiful Corrado, and now the knee.
Yeah. Going European style on us here. Trying to negate Alexander's wherewithal.
Alexander get out of that cravat. Oh!
And just kind of defensively pushing it back into the ropes to necessitate a break. Getting a fresh start.
Oh, spinning back fist! And now YEHI!
It's gotta be done.
Clutch one more time!
It's gotta be done.
Knocked him out, damn near out cold!
Nope, he doesn't have the right positioning. He's got that dominant position over Alexander, who turns back into the ankle lock.
Oh, but YEHI able to roll onto his back and now clawed at the face.
A great defensive flurry for both champion and challenger.
Freeze that ankle. Bandera to the outside. There's a heavy line, nothing doing. Jaw jacks. Throw first. Oh, keep your eyes on the walking weapon. Jeez. Caution to the wind. Wiping out ringside photographers.
Yes, if the impact of body on body wasn't bad enough, that violent jolt forward into the guardrail really brought it home. We're watching history unfold before us. Live in the Logan Square Auditorium, back in our home, where so many time-transcending moments have occurred. Another one's coming now!
Alexander with a moonsault! New champion for Go! YEHI able to kick out and a stop to the ankle. Now Alexander grabbing that ankle lock locked in. YEHI writhing in pain. YEHI has nowhere to go.
That wasted no time. Seamless motion, one to the next. Dead center of the ring. Will the champion tap away what he worked so hard to attain?
They're crawling towards the ropes, can't get there, and now Alexander writhing, crunching back with that ankle lock. YEHI writhing in pain.
Alexander has that leg grapevine. There's nowhere YEHI can go unless he drags all of Alexander's frame with him. And this late in the game, I don't see it happening. Will the YEHI tap? Oh!
You can tell YEHI wants to, but the pride of being the AAW champion means everything. He wants to retain this championship by any means necessary, even if it means ripping the own hair out of his head.
Biting his hand, pulling his hair. He will not admit to himself that it's time to concede.
Oh!
YEHI will not let himself be in a submission position here. He's pulling himself. He's inching. He's crawling, and he got to a rope.
Everything that Fred YEHI had went into crawling to that rope to break this hold. And the look on the face of Josh Alexander says it all. What more do I have to do? And dueling chants of "Let's go YEHI" and walking rapid all throughout the Logan Square Auditorium, Joe.
And these fans are many of them are standing, many of them are just watching in awe at the physical display of desire and will with both champion and challenger that is still, amazingly, not done.
Physical display, and between both athletes, the mental display. Neither athlete has reached that mental breaking point yet, which is astonishing to me with the amount of just pure carnage they cause one another's bodies.
YEHI came damn close with an ankle lock. Alexander, I think, reached that point of any normal man would with a ring post and some of the damage he's done, and it may have long-term effects, but
Oh, and a jaw jacker from YEHI, and very important to note, Josh Alexander spit that mouthpiece out earlier in this contest.
true. What could have been in its eyes? What a struggle. Alexander daring YEHI. You better bring everything you have at this point. Whatever's left, I want it.
Oh, Alexander standing tall as YEHI crumbles to the mat.
Yeah. Again, the damage that's been done on that ankle has not been in good shape in quite a long time.
Oh, and YEHI might have been playing possum there. Flurry of strikes one more time, and a back fist takes him down.
I think he was, and it's a good call, Tyler.
Oh, Fisherman's Buster by YEHI. Look at the retain. Oh, Alexander kicking out.
The longest of long 2 counts. And even though YEHI was trying to bait Alexander in, it does not detract from the severity of that very real ankle injury that he has been fighting. We've seen bursts, we've seen spurts, we've seen attempts to end this thing, but it still winds us back at square one.
The crown here comes unglued.
Oh, wait a minute!
Josh able to counter, grabbing that ankle. No, YEHI rolls to his back. Short kicks trying to break the hold. YEHI caught in a submission yet again. Josh Alexander sitting back in that sharpshooter.
And it's tightly hooked in. There's no air between the bodies. Alexander's sitting in deep, and YEHI's got nowhere to go.
An absolute picture-perfect sharpshooter by Josh Alexander.
Alexander's got those ankles grapevine as well as the pressure in the lower back. Multiple points of impact. And down to a knee to put even more torque into it.
YEHI crawling with every bit he has one more time to the ropes. Can he get there? Can he break the hold? And he does. Again, any other night, any other opponent, maybe that result is different. But when the AAW Pro Championship is on the line, you can do things that otherwise you never realized you could. Alexander now looking to grab that ankle lock one more time, but YEHI doing whatever he can. Oh! Grabbing the wrist, throwing some short kicks. Oh, there it is one more time. Alexander able to roll through. Double underhook. Oh, C4! Alexander's done it. We have a new champion. No, YEHI able to get that foot on the bottom rope. My God. Alexander, incredulous. He wants another count. But the left shoulder was exposed as Alexander cinched in on the leg. We're heading near crunch time. It feels like we've been in crunch time for about 40 minutes. Alexander realizes he has 5 minutes left in this contest if he wants to become the 3-time AAW champion. This is that 0 hour for Josh Alexander. This is when you have to throw every single thing that you have. Not saying he hasn't yet, but you have to reach deep down within yourself and figure out what more do I have to do. At this stage of the game, does YEHI stay on the offensive, or does he try to run out the clock and stick to the ropes? Alexander is trying to pry YEHI away from those ropes, as it looks like YEHI is just literally and figuratively trying to hang on. You gotta wonder if there's long-term damage to the ankle. What condition would YEHI even be in if he were to retain? If being the very operative word. And a neck breaker by Josh Alexander. YEHI down in the center of the ring. Now Alexander with the cover. YEHI slips out. Driving the knee right into the back of the neck. Crossface action on the front. YEHI is trying to get his hand in between to block some of that grip and some of that impact on the jawline. Alexander's over top of YEHI, leaning his weight down in on that. As that neck cramped and bent backwards. Those crossfaces. That'll shatter a nose, it'll water an eye. It'll potentially leave YEHI defenseless. If he connects in the right way, YEHI's got to get out of this. Record. Oh, YEHI caught him. Overhead with an exploder. Powerbomb by YEHI, stacks him up with the cover. No, Alexander able to kick out. Now YEHI floats over, locking the lock in that Koji clutch again. But he couldn't get all of it. Abandons it into the crossface. Crossface locked in the center of the ring. Was it fatigue or was it damage to the ankle? Either way, YEHI went to a backup. We'll see how effective it can be against the walking weapon. Referee in perfect position to get a submission if one comes. Alexander crawling towards that bottom rope. YEHI eye in the arm. Oh, knew exactly where he was going. And every appendage Alexander has to free himself becomes caught in the grasp of the Savageweight. Muscling out is Josh Alexander. Deep ankle pick, rolls him over, stomps on the ankle. And again, YEHI knows he cannot survive in this maneuver at this stage of the game. Immediate counter. Koji clutch. Koji clutch locked in. Alexander fake fast. We are less than a minute away from this time limit. Alexander's got nowhere to go. YEHI's got it locked in, Joe. Alexander blocked the punches and was able to roll over back to the ankle.
I think YEHI's got a grip on Alexander's ankle as well. YEHI with Alexander's hold. The momentum, Alexander has to tap out to his own maneuvers.
Oh, Alexander able to bridge up. New champ. Oh, YEHI has to abandon the hold. Rolls through. Alexander looking for a Koji clutch, it seems, though. YEHI had it perfectly countered, perfectly scouted, cross arm breaker.
Oh, both this winner are digging down deep in the well.
Oh, no, Alexander looking for that ankle lock again.
It's Hail Mary time. Who's got something?
Inside cradle by YEHI. Alexander able to kick out at 2. The bell's been rang. We have reached the 60-minute time limit.
We have hit the hour with no conclusive, decisive result. What a fight this has been. I don't care what promotion you support. I don't care who your favorites are. There's nobody in Chicago this weekend who's going to bust their ass and give you their souls like Alexander and YEHI did. This is what it means to be in AAW, to be a top dog in AAW.
Still, AAW Heavyweight Champion.
They put it all on the line. They risked everything they had. They went above and beyond what anybody would realistically think the limits of a human anatomy would be. And they still want more. And it's still not enough. That's what AAW means, the competition, the prestige, the pride at stake. But the bottom line is, YEHI will retain and leave with his title.
Both champion and challenger, like you said, gave it everything they had here tonight at the Logan Square Auditorium. But only one man can leave with the gold. And while it wasn't a decisive victory, it was champion's advantage in the end, Joe Dombrowski. Our hats off to the challenger, Josh Alexander. What a performance.
YEHI was correct. It was a war for the ancients, but couldn't have just been one battle. In a growing, escalating war, time will tell. But now, both men have earned every bit of this acclaim.
We've watched 2 athletes go to war who are both built differently.
Oh, hey, come on! You son of a bitch!
And YEHI, the sign of disrespect.